Brian and John came together the first time in Norway last year in November, and then we'll go to Venice and work together on this experimental communication system, it's called.
Basically sort of played around with a few of the ideas before in previous projects and linking it to some other theories about communication with the dead.
And it's a series of kind of technically creating some phenomena in a DIY manner with circuits or hacking microwaves. One part of it is using microwave ovens to create plasma balls, and then as a part of that I think what I'll try and do is modulate the plasma balls if they're created with a signal from a laser that will carry audio from other elements of the performance, so the whole thing is modulating itself.
A particular project that we've been engaged with recently has been the construction or a reconstruction of the God helmet. This is a device which passes weak fluctuating electromagnetic fields across the brain. There's a helmet, and we use a standard building site workers helmet for the added fashion effect, with coils inside it, and a number of coils arranged around the helmet, weak electromagnetic fields going across the brain. It is claimed that if you place such a helmet on people, that they experience presences, and sometimes even hallucinations or visions of the kind that are often reported by religious mystics.
We took the helmets and then got some people to wear them while we put some circuits connected to rocks around them. So it was this kind of interplay of rocks, electronics, brains. Maybe we were trying to get some sort of feedback system going.
One of the persons working with us in the workshop that we did on the God helmet and experimental communication felt a definite presence when she placed the helmet on. She immediately turned round to see who had come into the room and who was hovering at her shoulder, and there was of course no one there.
I mean, I've never felt anything. I've only tried it twice though. Wouldn't catch me going under that just in case, eh? But there is an element of a game going on, because what if the theory is right, and what if the thing has been built right, then you could end up doing something to yourself. I mean, that's what I like. That's the unknown, if you like. It is a game. It's a game as well. You're playing a game with it. So I didn't know. I can't predict if it really did work. Even if it didn't work on me, it doesn't really matter. It might work on you.
What I think happens with all this stuff, where you're either hearing or seeing something, and it's just your natural, mechanics of your own body functioning. You are perceiving something, but it's you. When you become consciously aware of this thing, it feels other because it's not you, but it is you. But it's not something that you're always conscious of or always experience. But mainly, it is your own self.
If
no
you
contact.
did it and it succeeded.
Well, we've
What
proved
would
that there's life beyond death, and it'd change the world. Well, it'd either prove that these theories work or they don't, and in the process of it, you've made some nice things, and you make some noise as well.
Well, I think every generation of technology, whether it's steam power, electricity, electronics, has associated with it its areas of speculation, its areas of fascination. Digital technology is no different. Digital technology has given rise to fantasy ideas, the idea of the cyborg, the idea of artificial intelligence, the idea of enhancing human perception, taking it beyond what we're normally familiar with. So I think digital technology, if anything, marks an intensification of our fascination with the unknown, and not its elimination at all.
I'm not interested in narrowing down probability either. So the unknown, to me, escapes that kind of probability theory. So I guess it edges it towards chaos and chaos theory and stuff like that. The digital analog divide kind of suggests there's a clarity between the two. There isn't. They're all analog. There is no software, there is only hardware, or there's only materials.
We characterize a lot of what we're doing as experimental work, and actually in some ways the fascination is with experimentation. And if one's committed to experimentation as the primary thing you're interested in, then success and failure become different kinds of concepts.
The work on the unknown, as it were, using technology in the unknown, has come about because of this idea of layers of abstraction within computers, for example. So typically if you take the circuit board as level one, as computer scientists have done and theorists have done, and abstract away, you'll get into simulated flights and protocols of networking and all that. But why not abstract further away from that into the realms of the unknown?
Well, the unknown exists at the boundary. I mean, the unknown exists in relationship to the known. So to be fascinated by the unknown is to be fascinated about the limits of knowledge.
It's basically like experimenting and doing what I would call experimental art. So you don't really know, might not necessarily know what you're doing, or there's no specific end result, and sort of what happens with it.
So the unknown is, don't know, something to aim towards, I guess.